Do they have an identity crisis? Are you making your brand clear to the people you want to reach? Are you an unknown to your prospective customers? Then, is it really you having the identity crisis? It may be the people that don't know who you are, they may be having the crisis, unless you do something really remarkable and stupendous, or really dumb and ridiculous, you will not be noticed right away. Your brand of you needs to be built over time. Slowly and methodically, you can build your brand into something that will be well known. This can be done on the internet, faster than anywhere else on Earth. A number of years ago, I was called by the managers of a well-known cruise ship line to look at some dance floors on 2 of their ships. We had done work on several of their ships when they came into the docks in Portland, Oregon, over the years. These were always high-paying jobs that had to be done quickly before the next cruise. Normally, I would just go down to the docks and take a look at the work and give them a bid. The work would then start immediately. This particular phone call was a little different. The official of the company was requesting that I go the next day and look at floors on 2 of the lines. However, the location was not at the docks in Portland. This time I had to fly to Juneau, Alaska, where I would look at one ship on the first day, stay overnight, then look at the second ship the next day. Then, when the ships came into Portland for a refurbishment, we could do the work. The official was going to notify the executive officers of the ships that I was coming. All was going well as I flew to Alaska the next day for the inspections. When I arrived in Juneau, I immediately caught a cab downtown and set up my hotel stay, then went looking for the cruise ship. It wasn't hard to find. Floating in the harbor about 300 yards out was the gleaming black and white Palace. I proceeded down to the dock to see about getting a lift on one of their small passenger boats out to the ship. As I walked down to the dock, I saw about 1,200 people waiting in line to board for their cruise to Seattle, through the inland waterway. I decided that I did not want to wait in the line, so I walked past all the people carrying my camera and a clipboard down to the front. I motioned to the crew on the boat that I needed to get out to the ship. I then pulled out my business card as a show of authority, and immediately the crew got me on board one of the tenders all by myself, and motored me out to the ship. One thing I noticed was that the crew did not speak any English, they just kind of stared at me. Upon arrival, I was escorted by one of the crew to the executive officer's quarters. When I arrived, I pulled back a curtain to find a young officer sitting at a small desk. I told him that I was there to look at the wood dance floors. He said, "You're from where?" with a Dutch accent. After I told him again, he muttered under his breath, "Some security we have, we thought you were the Coast Guard inspector." The head office in Seattle had not notified them that I was coming. Needless to say, the rest of the ship inspections went okay. I was just not treated with the same first-class treatment as I was on the first ship. I had to wait in line the next day. So here, we have a case of mistaken identity. They assumed I was someone else. My brand was not showing real well. Was it my problem, or was it theirs? What should I have done to boost my brand? Perhaps I should have found an English-speaking person to get the message straight before I forged ahead. Is this a problem you are having with your brand? Do they really know who you are? Perhaps you need to make it clear what you are about. What are you branding yourself for? What is the message you want to put across? What do you want to look like to those prospects? You need to make it visible to all. The internet is a great place to do that. You can write articles about the subject matter you are most familiar with, like education, floral design, home repair, or business. As you write article after article, you are gaining a foothold on the internet. You then become someone that people go to for advice in the area you are writing about. You are building your brand of you. One internet marketer had written over 300 articles about the internet business world and has now got over 86,000 hits on the internet where he can be found. Work at it, stay in the game, and you will no longer have an identity crisis.